to show you right now how 8 hours a week, only 8 hours, that's all it takes. You can drive major numbers in your open house. So this training is a training that's not only for just agents, it's for buyers and sellers on how open houses should properly be done, when they should be started, and how to drive massive numbers of people into your open house. All right, so we'll get started right now with that. But first off, for you sellers out there, you have certain expectations for your agents. You want to make sure that they're working hard for you. And for those agents out there, they want to make sure they're working hard for you. So what you're going to find in this quick little video is in what your expectations should look like and what your agent's expectations are for you to allow them to do open houses like this. And I'm going to tell you that if it's done right, I mean, I'm going to show you how potentially 60 contacts can be made and massive numbers of people can be driven into these open houses. One of the things I hear so often from agents is when I ask them, hey, how'd your open house go this weekend? How did it go? What happened? How many people did you get in there? Is what I hear is like, we only had a couple people, or I had nobody. And always, if you ask agents that are on my team or in our company, when I ask them, did you door knock? A lot of times they'll say, no, I didn't have time to do it. So, and it's happened often, a lot of people have done it, but I'll tell you, even at some of the biggest tech conferences that we've had so far this year, they've said we got to get back to the basics. Getting back to the basics is door knocking and open houses. That's what they say at tech conferences. So obviously it's an important part of what you should be doing right now each week. So every listing you have needs to have open houses. I don't care if it's a country property. I don't care if it's rural. I don't care where it's at. Because the goal is to make contacts. That's the goal, and set appointments. And one is sellers, you want them to do that. You want them to drive people into your open house. You want them to use your open house as an opportunity for them to be able to create a massive number of database of buyers. Because one, that's going to help you in the future. This is your agent that you've used for many years, hopefully, unless you're switching it up to a different agent because they didn't do a good job before. Then this should be your expectation that you want from your agent. You want them to be doing these open houses. You want them to be using your property as an opportunity to meet new people for future, because you'll probably sell again. On average, typically sellers or homeowners will sell every 5 years on average. They live in the house for 5 years and they're ready to move up to the next one. So your agent is going to have this database built up from the last time they had it on the market. So you want them doing this. You do. So just bear with me for a second and I'll show you exactly what they should be doing. Agents out there, your brokerages should be teaching you stuff like this, should be constantly showing you content on what you should be doing, how you can drive massive numbers of people into your open house. So make sure that you're seeking out that information from your brokerages if you haven't done so already. Just know it's strategic, it's structured. Every open house needs to be a structured thing that's happening. All right, so let me just show you a quick little chart here of specific open house activities that are going on or should be going on. So I'm going to tell you that your open house does not start on Friday. It should start at minimum on Wednesday. The best open houses should be starting on Monday or even the weekend before, right? It starts the week before. It doesn't start the day of. It doesn't start the night before. I'll tell you that is the way that they used to be done all the time, was that the open house would start maybe the night before with a good door knocking session the night before in the neighborhood, inviting some people into the open house, telling them about what's happening, what's coming in their neighborhood, or the day of on a Saturday open house in the morning, door knocking, letting the whole neighborhood know that, hey, we're doing an open house. I promised the seller that I would be doing this. I'd be going over here and just letting you guys know, do an open house. If you know of any family wanting to move into the neighborhood or friends, please give them a call. Who do you know? Let's get them into the open house. That's the old way of doing it, guys. It's old, all right? It's time to get to the new. So if you're going out there and you're just putting a sign out front, this is what I call it. And those that have listed with me before, have heard me say this before, probably sounds like a broken record. But as a listing agent, I don't just do the 3 Ps. Put a sign out front, post it online, and pray that it sells. They don't work. not going to get anybody. Well, in a normal neutral market, or a normal market, not neutral market, but a normal market, that's not going to bring you a whole lot of traffic unless you're on one of the busiest streets in the entire city. You might get lucky and get a bunch of people come in. And if you do, congratulations, it does happen. It does. But what about that home in the middle of the subdivision that's not getting a ton of people, that's not going to get a ton of people in there, or out in the country that nobody knows about? We got to drive traffic to there. And I'm going to show you right now how 8 hours a week, only 8 hours, that's all it takes. You can drive major numbers in your open house and huge numbers possibly. I'm going to show you how you can end up with 60 plus contacts made in 1 week off of 8 hours. All right. So first off, this chart right here shows prospecting activities for an open house. And like I said, let's just say, for instance, that this is Monday and I'm doing an open house on Saturday. All right. So Monday, the first step first, the target is a 1 mile prospecting radius around the open house, 1 mile away. All right. And this can also work for other move up neighborhoods that might be farther than 1 mile away, but is a neighborhood that these people would probably want to move into. That's also a good area to hit on this on Monday in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max, right? On Monday, you're going to circle prospect this area. What is circle prospecting? It's basically doing one of two things, okay? One of three things. There's several ways to do it, okay? More than three possibly, but you're getting into these neighborhoods, you're door knocking them, and you're simply doing this. Hi, just wanted to let you know about a property that we have an open house on this weekend. You might know somebody, a family friend. I wanted to ask you, would you mind coming and visiting it? Would you be interested in coming and taking a look at this open house that we're going to do? This home, it's in a neighborhood, or it's in the move up neighborhood. It's about a mile away. It's a great home. This is what it is. Here's the information on it. Are you able to come visit me? And you're asking them, you want to ask them, will you come visit my open house? What are you doing? You're actually inviting them to see what's on the market, and you're showing them your level of service, what a good realtor you are, and how proactive you are. You don't just wait for Saturday and put a sign out front and hope people show up. You're proactively going out into neighborhoods and meeting new people, because as a real estate agent, it's a contact sport. You're supposed to be getting more contacts, meeting new people, and your seller expects that you're going to do this stuff. So you should be out there doing these activities, right? You want to show others your level of service. And if they say no, they're not going to, then it's okay to just simply ask them. If they say no, that they're not going to come to the open house, this is your script that you want to make sure you let them know that, hey, so no problem, totally understand, but I promised my seller I'd ask you this quick question. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell a home in the near future? Basically, your seller's expecting you're going to ask these questions. They're expecting you're going to know what you're going to do, and you're going to try to get these more buyers, see if they know anyone else that wants to get in to see this house. So that's definitely an important follow-up script when you ask them if they would mind coming and visiting your open house, and they say no, you want to make sure you ask them, do you know of anyone that's looking to buy or sell a home in the near future? That way you can potentially pick up another buyer for your seller, or for the future, or for your future sellers. That's what you want, right? More. So the core message here is to show them your level of service. Your call to action, of course, is that you're inviting them to the open house, but you're, like I said, right now, you want to invite, who do they know to come to the open house? Remember, this is an invitation. It's an actual invitation to invite them to the open house. You're not just handing them a flyer and saying, hey, just want to let you know about an open house we're doing in the neighborhood. No, you're saying, hey, I'm having an open house in the neighborhood at this address over here, 123 fake address, and it's between 11 and 3, and I wanted to formally give you an invite. Is there a chance you would mind coming and swinging by and see this home? You got to invite them. Get them over there. One is, just remember, everyone knows somebody that's probably buying or selling, and your seller expects you're going to get them in there and see who they know that might want to buy this house. You're driving traffic over there to see who they know that might want to buy this home. So you have to ask them, invite them to the open house. You're not just handing them a flyer and saying, hey, I'm doing an open house. Okay, those days are done. You're inviting them over. Okay, it's took that to another level. So, and you want to make sure that you're finding out about their plans to move, what they're looking to do. And here's my script for that. Hey, You have any plans on moving anytime in the next maybe year or so? And they say no. Okay, well, how about the next 10 years? What do you think? You might move in the next 10 years. It always makes them laugh. It's just, it kind of a icebreaker, gets them going. When are they gonna buy? Because ultimately you want to find out when they're going to be buying, so you can plug them into a system for future contacts made when you have another one, maybe 2 years from now, 3 years from now. They say they're going to buy in maybe 5 years. You better be calling them in once a year at minimum. I would say every 6 months, just to keep up and get to know them. Invite them for coffee, get to know people. Again, contact sport. You're meeting new people, making contacts for future sales to get you going. And then that falls right in the next one. You want to add them to your SOI, right? You want to show them and teach them about the market. So I want to say this though, on that circle prospecting, I'm saying a mile away, but also these are other 8 neighborhoods that might be move up neighborhoods here. There people might want to move into this neighborhood, but at the same time, I keep the street in front of the open house on another day, because that's a different focus. As you see, the next item is the neighbors on the same street. That's not part of the circle prospecting. I'm going to back up to the circle prospecting for a second, because there's another way to do this without door knocking. If you really don't want to door knock, there's some great systems out there. RedX is one of them, where you can use that system to get some phone numbers of some people in some of these neighborhoods. In some case, you pay enough, you get email addresses too. If they've ever registered online, most likely that's how this works. Most likely you get an email address as well. And you can use that to call them and again, formally give them an invite to come visit your open house. All right. There's other ones like Cole Realty and all these different sources out there that you can use to do that. Very good sources. So definitely use those if you don't really want to go door knock. There's another way. But I will tell you, nothing beats that face-to-face. The face-to-face is how you start the relationship. They don't know you as far as they can throw you until they met you face-to-face. And now you somewhat know each other. You could recognize each other in the grocery store, right? You can't really do that over the phone. Oh, that voice sounds familiar. I know it happens, but it's very rare, right? You definitely want to get to know them face to face. All right, so the next one, neighborhood on the street. Now on day 2, we're talking Tuesday. So say on day 1, you ended up hitting 100 homes in 2 hours, and maybe you met, I'm going to say a low number. Maybe you met 10, 15 people that said, yeah, I would like to come visit. You just added 15 people to your database. Right. And now you've made at least 15 contacts. You passed your information out. Yet contact made has happened. And hopefully you did the most important job, is try to set an appointment, maybe even in the open house. That way you get them there. All right. So now you added 15 people to your database out of 100 homes you door knocked, or RedX Circle Prospect. Now we're on the street, right? So on the street, we're going to hit maybe 25 homes, 30 homes max around a street here, around a community, and you're just given a formal invite. It's the same thing, inviting you to see what's in the neighborhood, what's on the market. You're inviting them to do that and see your level of service. Visit the home, invite who they know to the home, tell me about your plans to move, join my SOI, right? That's a separate focus on a separate day. That will probably only take you an hour and a half max. So far, we're 3 hours, 3.5 hours into another potential, maybe 5 more people you added. So now you're up to 20 contacts made, and it's only Tuesday. And you have a potential for driving 20 people into the open house, and it's only Tuesday. Remember, the open house is the reason for driving traffic in there and meeting new people. All right, so now we're going to go down to expired listings. Just know these expired listings and the for sale by owners are very similar, but they never get contacted by agents, not like this. They get harassed by agents fairly often. Hey, you want to list with me? I'll show you my service, how I do things different. But what if you just organically show them your service by calling them and saying, hey, I know you had your property on the market a while back. It's in this neighborhood. I've got an open house this weekend, and I wanted to formally invite you to come see it so you can see what's on the market in neighborhood right now, just in case in the future you decide you want to sell again. That way you can kind of see what's going on. Invite them over to that open house, right? And then ask them, will you swing by? You should know these people by name. They had their house on the market recently, all right, and it expired. For sale by owners, yes, you'll know them by name. They'll be on Zillow, they'll be on forsalebyowner.com websites and all over the place. You're going to find these people's phone numbers, or you're just driving the neighborhoods and you're looking for signs for sale by owners, and you're inviting these people. Let's say on Wednesday you're doing this, And now out of expireds and for sale by owners, you've received another maybe 5 people. I'm thinking that's low. You probably got 10 to 15 people. These people will most likely show up to your open house. Pretty high odds of them showing up to your open house. Let's just give you a low number of 5. It's way low. You're up to 25 contacts now that you've made, and it's Wednesday, right? And now you have potential 25 people coming in your open house. All right, what's your job with for sale owners and expireds? Well, they're invited to test your system, see your service, and what's on the market. You want them to see your service and how hard you work for your sellers, right? That's what you want them to see. You want to invite them to come visit the home, the open house, interview to see how you do things, your SO, add them to your SOI. Same thing with for sale by owners. We haven't even gotten to your sphere of influence yet, and you've already made 25 contacts, probably really closer to 30, and it's only Wednesday, right? All right, so now we're talking SOI, your sphere of influence or circle of influence, a lot of people call them, all right? You got to be calling them, texting them, emailing them, sending them social media direct messages. These are your people, your family, your friends of friends, high school friends, college friends, friends of their friends, and on and on. This is a huge list of people that you know and know you by name. Okay, you know them by name, they know you by name. Your sphere of influence. What you're doing is, you're inviting them to test your systems and your service, and we'll see what's on the market so that they may be interested in buying this house or some other home. All right, so this is your SOI. Invite them. Hey, this is Shawn, your friend from up the street. Hey, this is Shawn, your friend from high school. Just wanted to invite you to the open house I'm going to do this weekend from 11 to 3. I know that ultimately purchasers of a home are often have a friend of someone in the neighborhood or something like that. But hey, you're my friend. Would you please come over and visit me at this open house? It's got to be a personal message, people. It's got to be personable. It's got to be proactive. You got to get out there. It's time to pass people up in lanes and pass agents up that are getting lazy right now and get out there and meet these people. All right, this is how you do it. All right, and then what are you doing? You invite them to visit the home, and to invite somebody they know. You don't want them to just come by themselves. Bring somebody, bring a friend. Who do you know? All right. And then, of course, tell them about their plans to possibly move in the future, what their plans is to do, when they're going to move again, when they think they're going to buy another house, right? And learn about how the market is right now. Okay, now current nurtures. These are your leads that you've met on the last 50 open houses because you do this every single week. They all need a phone call. They all need an email. They all need a text message. Let's just say off of SOI and current nurtures, you invite another 20 people. All right, you have 20 good contacts out of SOI and nurtures. That's low. And this is Thursday, guys. We're on Thursday. You spend another 2 hours marketing your SOI and your current nurtures that are in your system, that are in your CRM or your system or what system you're using, and you invite another 20. How many have we contacted now? I think we're at about 45, or we have 50 now. Whatever it is, that's 50 more contacts that you made, and it's only Thursday, and you've only worked 6 hours so far. It's Thursday, 6 hours. That's it. That's 2 hours a day. And you've so far talked to 45 to 50 people. All right. So now the last one, the one that most people give up on, the one that 99 to 100% will show up to your open house, your affiliates. How often do you call your affiliates and invite them to your open house? These are your home inspectors. These are your favorite escrow officers. These are your favorite lenders or all lenders. They all want to come see you at this open house. Typically, they just show up anyway. These are your friends. These are your SOI too. These are your people. These are the people you do business with every day. Pest inspectors, termite inspectors, your favorite AC company. It doesn't matter who it is. It's any affiliate that you've done business with in the past in your real estate business. Invite them. Again, invite them to test your systems, services. You want these people to know, I have received referrals from lenders. I've received referrals from escrow officers. I've received referrals from home warranty companies. These are your people. They should be invited to come to your open house. Same script. You're just calling them and saying, hey, I'm doing an open house this weekend. I would like you to come by and check it out. Do you have time on Saturday? I'll be there 11 to 3. And you're asking the question. And if they say yes, great. Make sure you don't forget to tell them this. I promised the seller that I would do this. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell in the area? If they say no, they can't make it, it's a totally different script. It sounds a lot like this. I promised the seller that I would do this. Do you know anyone looking to buy or sell in the future? Same script. So it doesn't matter what they say to that answer to come. You're still going to ask them. Your seller deserves it. They deserve you to do this job, and ask them. So ask them, invite them over there to the open house, and then ask them who they know, if they say no, yes or no, that they can bring with them. All right, this is a great way. So guess what? The affiliates, almost 100% are going to show up. So we're at what, 50, 45, 50? I think we've pushed about 60 now, because I'm sure you probably know 15 people out there you can invite to this open house. So I just showed you the simplest way to work 8 hours a week, 8 hours, all right? That's 2 hours a day, lead generating an open house to drive traffic in that home for your seller and to drive more contacts into your database than you had last week. So if you're sitting on your hands, waiting, doing the 3 Ps and hoping people will show up to this open house, get off the couch, get out there, proactively work and drive traffic into your open house. This takes a week. This is the most profitable way that you're going to work your business. And it's simple and it's easy. Doesn't take much work. So all I ask is, what are you doing today? It's Saturday right now. I hope you've done it. If you haven't done this yet and you have an open house this morning, but you did do all these things this last week, you spent 8 hours in the whole week getting people into this open house, guess what you have to do now? You have hopefully have plugged all these name and phone numbers into a system, and you tagged them open house at 123 fake address, because it's Saturday morning. And most good systems can send out a mass text. So now you need to mass text them and say, hey guys, don't forget, I'm going to be at 123 fake address today between 11 to 3. I look forward to seeing you there. You just needed to text message 60 people and remind them of your open house today. Come on, visit. I'm going to have some cookies and some tea and some water or whatever it is you're going to have in there. Come on, visit the open house. Let's talk. Let's see if this house is something that might work for you in the future, or if you might know somebody. Come on over and visit me. You just sent another 60 messages out. So not only did you contact 60 people during the week, but you recontacted them again on Saturday morning and invited them to your open house. Have fun, guys. This is a job of relationships. Love the relationships I've created in the past, and I can't wait for the new ones I'm going to meet in the future, because this is what it's all about. Real estate's like farming. It's just a way of life. You got to get out there and meet new people, and it doesn't matter if it's 10 o'clock at night. This is your job. This is what you do. The career you chose. Get out there and meet some people. It's the easiest way to do it. Have a great open house this weekend. Talk to you soon.